anything seem cool. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Devil May Cry moments.
You seem to be in a bad mood, Dante.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest video. Dual-wielding pistols and swinging around massive swords like baguettes, Dante is the living embodiment of cool. Carefree to a fault, the demon-hunting private investigator has a one-liner for every situation.
Basically.
Even when things really go to hell, Dante's laid-back attitude tends to remain intact. This infamous scene from 2001's Devil May Cry is a rare exception. With Mundus down and out, Dante...
And I'm not gonna lie, guys. I never was the biggest fan of one-liners. I always thought they was kind of like, like, whatever. I didn't like... When I was playing the game, like, all these one-liners, but whatever. I mean, it seemed like in the early 2000s, that was one of the biggest things. One-liners were just very, very popular for some reason in movies and games in general. I don't know why, but it was a very big thing. So, I never did like the one-liners like that. I wasn't the biggest fan of the one-liners.
Finally has a moment to grieve
kind of thought like,
in the corniest way imaginable over Trish's death.
I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light!
Only Dante could say such a cheesy line and still come across as a badass.
This was my mother's.
They was all very cheesy to me.
Number 9. Dante crashes Mass and meets Nero. Devil May Cry 4. Capcom took a risk with
Devil May Cry 4 was basically Dante just saucing on Nero through and through for the whole thing for no reason. He was having a good time. Now, granted, let me put it this way. One thing about Devil May Cry and the games is this. Dante is smooth sailing through the whole lore of Devil May Cry. Dante is smooth sailing. Like, there is nothing hard for Dante. Playing the game, though, I'm telling you, it's pretty freaking hard. You're gonna die a few times. Unless you're just that good or whatever. But the games itself, like, yeah, that hack and slash game, you are facing some pretty tough opponents, I'll say. But in general, Dante just having a good old time, lore-wise. It's one of those types of games, which I love. You can't be mad at it.
Devil May Cry 4, as Nero replaced Dante as the main protagonist. The decision to promote Vergil's cynical son split the fanbase down the middle, but most seem to agree that 2008's sequel starts with a bang. Following an opening sequence establishing Nero and the Order of the Sword, Dante crashes an insomnia-curing religious ceremony to slaughter a couple of clergymen. Talk about leaving a lasting first impression. Without uttering a single word, Dante completely steals the show, leading to a brief confrontation with Nero to help Nero's case.
So, you're looking to play, huh? Alright, I guess I got some time to kill.
Number 8, Dante acquires the Sparta. Devil May Cry.
They didn't put this in no type of order, but...
With the exception of Dante, Vergil is arguably Devil May Cry's most beloved character, although the half-demon had to wait until the third game to gain prominence. 2001's original masterpiece presents Vergil as Nilo Angelo, a dark knight who challenges Dante 3 separate times throughout the campaign. Following the final battle, Nilo Angelo rewards Dante with the second half of an amulet, which perfectly matches a trinket handed to the private investigator by his mother. Once united, the amulet transforms Dante's Force-Edged sword into the Sparta, a legendary weapon with multiple forms. Along with the exhausting preceding battle and the brilliant soundtrack, this scene is almost cathartic. Number 7, Dante's epic motorcycle ride. Devil May Cry 3, Dante's Awakening.
One thing about Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry 2 substitutes the happy-go-lucky Dante with a stoic version who never cracks a smile. Seeking to bring back the hero's mystique, 2005's sequel overcompensated for its poorly received predecessor. The Devil May Cry series is an exercise in excess, and no other scene better embraces this concept. Rather than take the scenic route, Dante rides a motorcycle up the side of the Temen Negru Tower. While that is already pretty neat, he's only just getting started. A couple of Hell Pride ambush the airborne hero, prompting Dante to use the bike as a makeshift weapon. Obviously, such an absurdly awesome moment would not be complete without the hero nonchalantly walking away after a massive explosion.
After Devil May Cry 5 and everything. It is, yeah. Devil May Cry 2 was like after Devil May Cry 5. But I really feel like
Number
they just want to
6,
sweep that
Dante
under the
meets
rug.
Mundus, Devil May Cry.
Those eyes. Deep in them, I see the same light as in Sparda's eyes.
Every Devil May Cry boss fight in Snappy Retort is simply setting the stage for
I
Dante's
hated this
showdown
fight.
with Mundus. Hailed as the
God.
king of hell,
Side note, guys, if y'all remember certain fights in Devil May Cry, the one I hated the most when fighting Nightmare, and then after that you got Trish zapping you while you fighting Nightmare. I can't tell you how many freaking times I died and just gave up and came back later. That fight was freaking hard for no reason. I hated that darn fight. Oh my god. There was no fight harder than that. This wasn't that hard for me. Every other fight wasn't that hard, but that fight of itself, Nightmare, the last time fight Nightmare, was freaking ridiculous.
Mundus was usurped from the throne by Dante's father, prompting the demon to dedicate the next 2 millennia to plotting revenge.
Right.
Set in a creepy gothic chapel, Mundus and Dante spend most of the cutscene throwing shade at one another, which is always entertaining. Along with the countless one-liners, this moment also includes Trish's sacrifice and Mundus evolving into a kaiju-sized monster who flies off into space.
Now, the thing of it is, I will say, I say for the end, but Trish's whole thing when Mundus created Trish is a very, if you think about it, very kind of messed up why he did that. It's very messed up.
Number 5, Nello Angelo's debut, Devil May Cry.
Best fight. Playing him the first time was hard, but it wasn't that.
Nello Angelo may not be as suave and cool as his past self, Vergil, in Devil May Cry 3, but Mundus's corrupted
wasn't
soldier
meant to be,
knows
though.
how to make a spectacular entrance. In a
It
seemingly
meant to be
nondescript
dark.
room, Dante's reflection in a mirror suddenly takes on a life of its own. Revealed to be Nello Angelo, the boss stares down Dante before leading the way to an arena worthy of serving as the stage for their upcoming battle. As the first truly challenging boss encounter of the series, Nello Angelo's debut succeeds in being intimidating, unforgettable, and unique.
Yeah, especially once you realize who that is later down the line.
Number 4, Dante sprints down the Temen Negru, Devil May Cry 3, Dante's Awakening.
Dante doing
With the
just
help
flex
of a
on every
motorcycle,
freaking body.
any competent half-demon PI should be able to climb a skyscraper, but how does the cocky hero fare without the extra help? While most might waste time feeling sorry for themselves after suffering a crushing defeat, Dante responds by powering up to full strength and immediately leaping back into action. In this case, leaping is meant to be taken literally. Sprinting down the side of Temen Negru, Dante easily dispatches multiple demons while showing off for the audience watching at home. As the icing on the cake, this moment climaxes
this
with
was
Dante
disrespectful
inadvertently
for no reason.
starring in a
Dante was
twisted
disrespectful for no
adaptation
reason.
of Pinocchio.
Just doing this was
Number 3,
completely
Vergil and Dante
not
double
necessary.
team Arkham, Devil May Cry 3, Dante's Awakening.
I've come to retrieve my power.
Vergil and Dante are two sides of the same coin. Identical twins who inherited Sparta's demonic powers, they are polar opposites in many ways. While Dante suppressed Sparta's devilish influence, Vergil embraced its potential. As a result, most reunions featuring the brothers typically end with something being stabbed through the chest.
Normally,
Temporarily
Dante.
putting aside any grievances, Dante and Vergil join forces to bring down Arkham, with the pair demonstrating an insane level of coordination. The team-up is painfully short, but Devil May Cry knows how to keep fans craving for more.
Jackpot.
Number 2, opening cutscene, Devil May Cry 3, Dante's Awakening.
Yeah.
This party's getting crazy. Let's rock.
Devil May Cry 3's intro needed to wash away the memories of the second game, and perhaps outdo the first opening scene. Definitely not a simple task, but Capcom accomplished that and so much more. Younger
Yeah,
and
quite simply.
somehow even more arrogant, Dante coolly brushes off a pack of Vergil's Hellpride minions while protecting a delicious-looking
playing
pizza and
billiards.
uttering corny but
Or-
charming one-liners. Be it over-the-top voice acting or the rocking soundtrack,
Playing
everything
pool.
about this intro comes together to create one of gaming's most flawless cutscenes.
Don't bet on it.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Zowie, that was close. But you've taken quite a trouncing today, haven't you, Vergil? You could have chopped me into confetti by now if you were in tip-top condition.
Yeah, right now, most of it. Yo, really. After something like that, you got it, bro.
Let's get it over with in 10 minutes. Can't let a single one of those suckers live.
5 minutes.
More than enough.
Number 1. Vergil falls to the demon world. Devil May Cry 3, Dante's Awakening.
What's wrong? Is that all you got? Come on, get up. You can do better than that.
An awesome game merits an awesome ending, and few surpass Devil May Cry 3's conclusion. With the portal linking the demon and human world rapidly closing, Vergil and Dante settle things with a final standoff culminating in the hero slashing the villain through the chest. Realizing the end is near, Vergil rejects Dante's help and plummets to the demon world. Aided by Tetsuya Shibata's melancholic score, Vergil's downfall carries one hell of an emotional gut punch, while also allowing for a cool moment or two.
Dante thought
Are
he
you
died
crying?
until later. It wasn't until years later he realized that
It's
that
only
version
rain.
was still alive. That was in Devil May Cry.
The rain already stopped.
No one.
Knowing that Vergil's destiny is to be corrupted and controlled by Mundus just makes the scene all that more devastating.
Right.
If my father did it,
So
I should be able to do it too.
at that point, Vergil was so weak.